Please welcome the class of 2023, being led into the stadium by our esteemed faculty.
Mr. President, as Faculty Marshal, I have the honor to declare the 125th Commencement of Carnegie Mellon University, as authorized by the Board of Trustees, to be in session.
Please rise for the singing of our national anthem by Emma Rogers, who is graduating today with her Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in vocal performance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets did give, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please welcome Reverend Mike Holohan, Chair of the Council of Religious Advisors and Pastor for the Commonwealth of Oakland.
Good morning, Carnegie Mellon University. What a wonderful day to gather for celebration. We are gathered here this morning on the expectant edge. You, the graduates, are standing at the trailhead, about to step on a path that will take you into the wilderness of your life. And you may be wondering, how will I know where to go? Frederick Buechner, the novelist and Presbyterian minister, once said that where you are called to is the place where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet. And I trust that in your years here at CMU, you made contact with your own deep gladness, that the things you expected to learn energized you, that the things you were surprised to learn made you curious, that you know yourself more deeply than when you started, that you can name your abilities and your limits, your desires and your distastes, your hopes and your dreams, not only for your own life, but for the world you will live in. I trust that you have also learned about the world's deep hunger, hunger for wisdom, fairness, and justice, for peace, safety, and healing. And so we give thanks for all those who nurtured this learning space for you, for professors and custodians, for food service workers and therapists, for administrators and coaches, for friends and family, perhaps even for religious leaders. We give thanks for all who helped you know your gladness and the world's hunger, because you will use this knowledge to find your way. The degrees you are about to hold are signs of your intelligence, diligence, and resilience, signs of your ability to complete a rigorous, world-class education. And to some extent, they are signs of your good fortune, because you will be welcomed into new places when you leave this place. In offices and boardrooms and classrooms and theaters and studios and labs and city halls, you will be welcomed in these places. People will make room for you in these places. And with the rewards of your work, you will build your life, you will build your home, you will find a community. And you will continue to witness and even experience the ways that our world keeps us hungry for peace and justice and mercy. And so here is my prayer for you this morning, if you will allow me to pray for you. And if not, then please accept my hope for you, that you will use the skills and talents you have developed here to bring your gladness and the world's hunger together. That you will use them not only to turn the wheels of our economy and our society, but when it's needed, to jam a stick into the spokes, to disrupt systems of wealth and power when they cause our unhappiness, so that together we can build a more just, equitable, and peaceful world, not only for ourselves, but for the generations to come. Because where our deep gladness and the deep hunger of the world meet, there we will find peace. May you all enjoy all the blessings that this life has to offer. Let it be so.
Please welcome the Chair of Carnegie Mellon University Board of Trustees, David Coulter.
Good morning, or maybe I should say a very happy, sunny Sunday graduation morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, welcome to the 125th Commencement of Carnegie Mellon University. My name is David Coulter, and it is my honor and pleasure to serve as board chair. Commencement is always one of the very special days at Carnegie Mellon. Today, we're thrilled to celebrate and honor the exceptional graduates of the class of 2023. Today's participants and guests are joining these festivities, both in person and also via streaming. I want to send a special welcome to the students, faculty, and loved ones from Carnegie Mellon's other locations around the world, including Silicon Valley, Rwanda, and Qatar. First, let me congratulate you on what is a pretty monumental achievement, completing your degree, which will likely be an important foundation of your life and career. This degree represents so many things: dedication, hard work, creativity, discovery, celebration, innovation, and probably a few mistakes and hopefully really good corrections. A Carnegie Mellon degree is an extraordinary accomplishment, something that I bet you'll realize even more in the years ahead. Today, you're joining an elite community of Tartans. As we all are united through our CMU degrees, they're a mark that exemplifies the highest of standards and through the shared experiences unique to being a Tartan. Because you are Tartans, I believe that you have the foundation to make a positive impact in our society and in our world. Your CMU experiences have allowed you to gain so much: deep knowledge in your fields of study, the skills to build relationships and collaborations with people whose backgrounds are perhaps different than your own, and an expanded worldview that has opened your eyes and hearts to new perspectives, both of others and of yourself. Today we celebrate you, but I also want to give you this charge. Being a Tartan alum will bring you distinction. Your degree and this affiliation will open doors throughout your lifetime. You are a piece of a story of the brand that is getting more and more global every day. That means you will also be an ambassador of the alma mater, which carries an obligation. And so, as you have for these years here on campus, continue the long-standing CMU tradition of doing work that matters. We're proud of all of you, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, let's give ourselves a big hand of applause. I want to offer our congratulations as well to the many friends and family members, mentors, faculty, coaches, staff, and others who have helped our class of 23 graduates succeed. I know all of our students would agree that they couldn't have done it without you. I'd especially like to acknowledge all of the mothers, grandmothers, stepmothers, adopted mothers, chosen mothers, mothers-in-law. Happy Mother's Day. Please join me in thanking you. As trustees, it is our job to uphold the university's values and to support CMU in advancing its mission to make a transformative impact on society. A number of trustees are here on the platform this morning. Would you all please stand if you are able and be recognized? Finally, at this time, it is my great privilege to introduce the president of Carnegie Mellon University, Dr. Farnham Jahanian. Prior to his appointment, he served as the university's vice president for research, then provost, and later as interim president. He is a nationally recognized computer scientist, entrepreneur, public service, and definitely a leader in higher education. I'm very pleased to report that in February, the CMU Board of Trustees strongly, unanimously appointed Dr. Jahanian to another 5-year term as president, and he agreed to serve. Please welcome the 10th president of Carnegie Mellon University, Dr. Farnham Jahanian.
Well, first of all, David, thank you so much for your kind words. I do want to express my deep appreciation to David Coulter, chair of our Board of Trustees. Our entire community is grateful to you for your dedication and also for chairing our campaign. Will you stand to be recognized once again, David? Well, good morning, everyone. Well, that's not the response I expected. Okay, good morning, everyone. All right, that's much better. It's so wonderful to be with you on this special day, and congratulations to our graduating class of 2023. Commencement is one of the most special days for our community. Today, we've gathered for one purpose: to celebrate your hard work and all of your accomplishments. Your time here has been most unusual, but through all of the trials of these past 4 years, it's been a thrill to watch you grow and develop into the incredible scholars you are today. It's an absolute joy to honor your achievements at our 125th commencement ceremony. I want to extend a warm welcome to your family members and loved ones who are here to share in your accomplishments. I would especially like to echo David's warm wishes to all the mothers joining us. Happy Mother's Day. Graduates, would you please join me in thanking your family members who are here to support you and loved ones. I'm going to go off script for a second. Here it comes. Like many of you, I actually have a family member who's graduating today. Some of you know that my daughter graduated a couple of years ago, so my wife and I are proud CMU parents. But I actually have a nephew who is graduating today. My nephew, because he has a different last name, his name is Casey Walker, managed to fly under the radar for the past 4 years. And I've been warning him that one of these days I'm going to blow his cover. So it is my duty as the university president and your uncle to officially blow your cover. Congratulations, Casey Walker. There you are. I don't know, wherever you are. I also want to wish to congratulate the faculty staff who've guided our students along the way. Let me also express my deep appreciation to our CMU Board of Trustees for their service, their passion, and commitment to Carnegie Mellon. Would you please join me in thanking our faculty, staff, and our trustees for all they do for our university. It is now my pleasure to recognize the faculty members who have recently accepted emeritus status. Like all of our educators, these distinguished individuals are scholars, scientists, artists, and above all, teachers. They have left an indelible mark on this university through the support and guidance they have provided to our students and through their legacy of exceptional scholarship. The names of these emeriti faculty will be projected on the screen at this time. Those emeriti faculty who are present this morning, if you're able to, please stand to be recognized. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge Emeritus Faculty Ed Rubin. At 53 years, Ed is currently the longest-serving faculty member in the College of Engineering. Ed, please stand to be recognized. I would like to also recognize faculty members who have been honored with the title of University Professor. Being appointed a University Professor is one of the highest honors that a CMU faculty member can receive. Receiving this rank confers both honor and obligation onto its recipients and denotes a legacy of exceptional contribution to education, artistic creativity, and/or research. The names of the newly elected university professors will be on the screen, as you see. Would the university professors who are present this morning, if you're able to, please stand to be recognized. I do also want to acknowledge one more person who is on the stage with us. It is President Emeritus Jerry Cohen, who served this university for 16 years as president. Jerry, thank you for being here. Please stand to be recognized. At this time, it's my pleasure to welcome Sharon Lavelle. Sharon is graduating today with her Master's of Fine Arts degree in dramatic writing and will perform a reading of the poem Desiderata by Max Ehrmann. Sharon?
Go placidly amidst the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth clearly and quietly, and listen to others, even to the dull and ignorant, for they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexatious to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you will become vain or bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of times. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere, life is full of heroism. Be yourselves. Especially, do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love. For in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering to the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourselves. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars, and you have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. So be at peace with God. Whatever you conceive God to be, and whatever your labor and aspiration in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its charm, drudgery, and broken dreams, it's still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. Thank you.
And now, a message from Carnegie Mellon Alumni Association Board President, Britt McCandless Farmer. A graduate from the Dietrich College of Humanities and Social Sciences, Britt is a digital producer for 60 Minutes at CBS News.
Hello, class of 2023. It's my honor to be among the first to welcome you officially into our alumni family. I'm so sorry I can't be there with you in person. It seems appropriate that today is Mother's Day, as I am busy rocking and burping who I hope will be the newest member of the Carnegie Mellon class of 2045. On behalf of the entire alumni community, I want to wish you a massive congratulations. What you have done to arrive here today is nothing short of remarkable. You have studied, programmed, and performed, done the reading, overloaded your units, and perhaps even cried at office hours. You've survived 112, diligently maintained lab notebooks, and climbed the unnecessarily steep steps of Doherty Hall. Graduate students, you've conducted groundbreaking research, built relationships that will be important throughout your career, and advanced your fields in new and exciting ways. And maybe you too have cried at office hours. And you did all of these things while navigating a once-in-a-lifetime global pandemic and trying your best to dodge the latest COVID variant. When semesters were virtual, you pushed yourself to log on to classes from all over the globe. Each of you has earned your degree, and we are incredibly proud of you. The alumni community is also grateful to you. Because of you, our traditions, those rituals that are the hallmarks of life at Carnegie Mellon, have continued. They're the big ones, like painting the fence, building booth, and racing buggy. And they're the ones unique to each college, program, or student organization. More than keeping those traditions alive after semesters of remote learning, you have breathed new life into them. For years to come, new students who walk onto campus will know what it means to be a Tartan because of you. You are the guardians of unique memories of life at Carnegie Mellon during the pandemic, and the alumni community will turn to you for decades to come to tell that story. You have done so much for this community. You should know what we can do for you. Today, you join a family of more than 125,000 fellow Carnegie Mellon alumni. We are dreamers, creators, entrepreneurs, artists, problem solvers, community leaders, parents and children, friends and colleagues. And we are forever linked by the common experience of being alumni of Carnegie Mellon University. I encourage you to leverage this network of CMU grads. Look us up in whichever city you go next. Stay connected to the networks for student organizations that are meaningful to you. Thousands of your new family members are out there waiting to connect with you, and these connections may lead to advice, mentoring, employment, continued learning, business opportunities, or even just friendship and fellowship. We make it easy. Just go to cmu.edu/alumni. It is my ardent hope that each of you will continue building a lifelong relationship with your fellow alumni and with Carnegie Mellon, one based on intellectual curiosity and collaboration, willingness to tackle hard problems, and passion for keeping your heart in the work. And at any time, you are invited to come back to where you sit today, because Carnegie Mellon will always be your home. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Please welcome Prithu Parikh, the President of the Undergraduate Student Senate, who is graduating today with his Bachelor of Science degree in Electrical and Computer Engineering. Originally from the Washington, D.C. area, he is passionate about creating a more equitable and accessible world for people with disabilities through new assistive technologies and policies. After CMU, he will be working in the Bay Area as a motion planning engineer at Aurora, an autonomous vehicle company.
Good morning, faculty and staff, family and friends, distinguished guests, and of course, the graduates of the class of 2023. It is an honor to stand before you today at this important milestone in our lives, and a privilege to have represented many of you as the Senate President over the last year. I want my work to have an impact. These words have been echoed throughout my conversations with so many of my peers as we discuss their life goals and aspirations. It seems to me that we are like a fleet of ships, navigating uncharted waters in search of a better future. Each one of us holds the helm, charting our own course towards making an impact on the world. Some of us are researchers, seeking to develop new technologies that will transform lives. Others are artists, using their creativity to promote social justice and improve the common good. But despite all our differences, we are all driven by a common desire to do work that matters, to make a genuine difference, and to leave a lasting mark on the world. But how do we navigate these waters effectively? How do we plan a path that will lead us to our destination? How can we work together to overcome the obstacles that lie ahead and achieve our collective goals? These are all important questions that we must answer. And as we seek answers to these questions, it becomes increasingly clear that our aspirations for impact are fueled by the pressing problems facing our society. These are truly unprecedented times that we live in. During our recent years at CMU, we have personally experienced the effects of the growing existential threat that is climate change. We have witnessed attacks on our democratic institutions, both in the US and abroad. And during all of this, we have lived through the biggest pandemic humanity has seen in over a century. The challenges facing our world today demand bold and innovative solutions, and it is our turn to rise to the occasion and help solve them. At CMU, we've been given the compass to navigate our future. Our time here has helped us develop the skills and acquire the knowledge necessary to turn our aspirations for impact into a tangible reality. Carnegie Mellon's mission is to challenge the curious and passionate to deliver the work that matters. And in my experience, it has done just that. For me, CMU is where I found my purpose, and I'm sure that many of you here today can say the same. with chances to learn from and teach with world-renowned professors and conduct groundbreaking research, unique traditions like Booth and Buggy, and the hundreds of student orgs on campus like Carnegie Mellon Racing, Scotch and Soda, and Senate, we've had a vast variety of opportunities to find our own path and passion. That one thing that makes us tick, that motivates us to wake up early in the morning and stay up late and eats away at our time. That one thing where work doesn't feel like work anymore. And Andrew Carnegie's quote that we've heard hundreds of times, "My heart is in the work," starts to make just a little bit of sense. The only way to truly find your passion is by exploring, experimenting, and experiencing the world around you, especially if it means stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing the possibility of failure. As we reflect on our time at CMU, we are proud to have been part of a community that values inclusivity and supports one another. It has allowed us to test our limits, discover our potential, and challenge ourselves to grow as individuals. The way that I navigate the world, living with a disability, is different from many of you. And the fact that I'm on this stage here today is a testament to the power of the extremely supportive CMU community, faculty, administrators, and my fellow students. In order to solve large systemic problems, we must listen to a number of varied perspectives and experiences. It's not simply enough to hear these perspectives. We must heed them as well, giving consideration to each one, even and especially when we disagree, recognizing the value and the differences they bring. But more than the sharing of perspectives, it's also a sharing of efforts and ideas. The problems we face today will not be solved by one singular discipline, but require the combined work of people from many diverse subject backgrounds. Carnegie Mellon always has, and always will be, a multidisciplinary institution. It's rare for a university to have dedicated students talented in engineering and science, collaborating and learning side by side with those in the humanities and arts. By doing all of this, we are setting the course for a strong and steady journey. When all voices are heard and their experiences are taken into account, we can chart a clear path that is easy to navigate, enabling everyone to reach their full potential and destinations. Now, all this is not to say that CMU is like some perfect city upon a hill. It has its imperfections, just as all institutions do. It is essential that we embrace those imperfections and use them as opportunities for growth and improvement. As a member of student government, I've had the privilege in witnessing the ways our university comes together to address these shortcomings. Whether it's working to make our campus more inclusive and diverse, or working to increase accessibility for all students, I've seen the passion and commitment of our student leaders, both on stage and in the audience today. But there's still work left to be done, and I'm confident that future cohorts of students will continue to chart a course towards progress and improvement, building on the legacy that we leave behind. As we all leave here today and cross the fence for the last time, embarking on the next chapter in our lives, let us continue reflecting on the big questions. Let's take with us the lessons we've learned and memories we made at CMU and use them to fuel our passion to keep making a difference. Our future is bright, and the possibilities are endless. So let us set sail with confidence, navigating the uncharted waters of our future with determination, knowing that we have the power to make a positive impact and leave a lasting mark on the world. Congratulations to the class of 2023. We've made it, and the world is waiting for us.
Please welcome Carnegie Mellon's Provost and Chief Academic Officer, James Garrett.
Good morning. Before I begin the next section of our program, I want to acknowledge our student speaker. Thank you for those inspiring words, Preetu, and best wishes for your continued success. I also want to acknowledge Sharon Lovell for her moving performance earlier in the program. Please join me once again in congratulating Preetu and Sharon. As part of today's ceremony, we are honored to present special doctoral degrees to individuals who have had extraordinary impact on the arts and humanities, business and technology, defense, and society. Recipients of these honorary degrees have reached preeminent levels of distinction in their fields, advancing knowledge, enriching culture, or improving the human condition. While you will learn about each recipient today, I invite you to view the full biographies of this year's honorees on the Commencement website. Now I will present the candidates and cite the achievements that merit this honor. Then President Johanian will award all candidates their degrees, and together they will receive their doctoral hoods. Will Fred Eversley please come forward? Fred Eversley, you are an acclaimed artist. Following your graduation from Carnegie Mellon's College of Engineering, you contributed to NASA's Apollo and Gemini missions before turning to what would become your life's work as an artist. As a sculptor whose characteristic style shaped the light and space movement in California, as well as other artistic movements, your engineering training has informed your exploration of energy and astrodynamics through art, as well as your expert deployment of the parabola within your work. You've been a pioneer in the innovative use of modern materials such as plastic, resin, and industrial pigments, while creating timeless pieces that inspire viewers to consider light, energy, sight, and human understanding in both concrete and abstract terms. You were selected as the first artist in residence at the Smithsonian Institution, and your work has received numerous awards, including first prize for sculpture from the prestigious Biennale Internazionale dell'Arte Contemporanea in Florence, Italy. Your work is in the permanent collections of more than 36 museums and has been exhibited in solo and group exhibitions in renowned museums and galleries around the world. Next year, you will be the subject of a career-spanning survey at the Benton Museum of Art in Pomona College. Fred Eversley, for your groundbreaking contributions to the contemporary art world for more than half of a century, Carnegie Mellon is proud to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Fine Arts. Will Patrick Gelsinger please come forward? Patrick Gelsinger, you are a titan of the computing and semiconductor industries. During your first 30 years at Intel, you became the company's youngest vice president and later its first chief technology officer. In these roles, you led teams developing and bringing to market key technologies such as USB, Wi-Fi, Intel Core and Xeon processors, and 14 microprocessor programs. You later became president and chief operating officer of EMC's Information Infrastructure Products business, and then CEO of VMware, where you transformed the company into a global leader and were named the top CEO in America in 2019. Upon returning to Intel in 2021 as its CEO, you have played a major role in advancing domestic manufacturing of semiconductors. You provided thought leadership and advocacy in Washington, D.C. on the importance of investing in U.S. innovation, including through the CHIPS and Science Act of 2022. You have been elected to the National Academy of Engineering, are a fellow of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, and are the holder of 8 patents. In 2020, you were appointed to serve on the President's National Security Telecommunications Advisory Committee. Patrick Gelsinger, for your role in driving forward technologies that have changed society, and for your visionary advocacy to ensure a future for U.S. domestic manufacturing. Carnegie Mellon is proud to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Science and Technology. Will Lieutenant General Gina Grosso please come forward? Lieutenant General Gina Grosso, following graduation from Carnegie Mellon's Tepper School of Business, you have served your country for nearly 4 decades. In 2018, you retired from the United States Air Force as a lieutenant general after 32 years of service. Your numerous leadership roles include Deputy Chief of Staff for Manpower, Personnel, and Services, Director of Sexual Assault Prevention and Response, Director of Force Management Policy, Director of Manpower Organization and Resources, and Commander of the Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst and 87th Air Base Wing, which was the first Department of Defense tri-service base. Since 2021, you have served as Assistant Secretary for Human Resources and Administration, Operations Security and Preparedness at the Department of Veterans Affairs. In your role, you lead a vast portfolio for the department's 440,000 employees, including human capital and preparedness, law enforcement, and security. In recognition of your service and leadership, you have received numerous awards, including the Defense Superior Service Medal, Legion of Merit with 2 Oak Leaf clusters, Meritorious Service Medal with 3 Oak Leaf clusters, the Army Commendation Medal, and the Air Force Commendation Medal, among others. Lieutenant General Gina Grosso, for your lifetime of service to bolster the United States national defense, Carnegie Mellon is proud to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service. Will Judith Light please come forward? Judith Light, you are an acclaimed actor and activist whose extensive career in theater, television, and film has earned you accolades and admiration for more than 5 decades. After earning your bachelor's degree from Carnegie Mellon School of Drama, you made your Broadway debut in 1975 and have been recognized for your work in numerous stage productions, including Wit, Lombardi, Other Desert Cities, The Assembled Parties, and Thérèse Raquin. Generations of admirers have been moved by your performances in memorable television productions such as One Life to Live, Who's the Boss, Ugly Betty, Transparent, The Politician, American Crime Story, and Julia. You have also starred in groundbreaking films including The Ryan White Story, Tick, Tick, Boom, and most recently, The Menu. For your extraordinary portrayals, you have received numerous honors, including 2 Tony Awards for Best Featured Actress in a Play, 2 Emmy Awards, and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, among others. You are also a passionate champion for human rights and HIV/AIDS awareness, working with organizations such as Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS, the Point Foundation, GLAAD, and the Names Project AIDS Memorial Quilt. For this work, you received the GLAAD Excellence in Media Award in 2022, and in 2019, the American Theater Wing and Broadway League awarded you the Tony's Isabel Stevenson Award for your legacy of philanthropy. Judith Light, for your exceptional career on stage and screen, and for your fierce dedication to using your platform to and amplify marginalized and overlooked communities, Carnegie Mellon is proud to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Fine Arts. Will David Shapira please come forward? David Shapira, you are a renowned corporate leader and philanthropist who has impacted Western Pennsylvania and beyond through your business acumen and passion for community service. Within a decade of joining the company founded by your grandfather, you were named president and CEO of Giant Eagle in 1980. For the next 3 decades, you led the company through a period of exponential growth, expanding from 30 locations to more than 500, and increasing sales 30-fold through innovations in technology, marketing, and customer service. Now in retirement, you continue to serve on Giant Eagle's board of directors today. An emeritus member of the Carnegie Mellon Board of Trustees, your service on the board goes back to the 1980s. You are the past board chair and former chair of its investment committee and have served on multiple advisory boards in the Dietrich College of Humanities and Social Sciences. And you've provided exceptional support of CMU through your philanthropy, including support for Dietrich College as well as CMU Hillel. Your dedication to service extends beyond CMU. You've led or served on numerous boards, including the Jewish Federation of Greater Pittsburgh, Jewish Healthcare Foundation, Hillel International, United Way of Allegheny County, and the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. You are also the founding co-chair of the Pittsburgh Promise Campaign. Through the foundation you run with your wife, Cindy, you pursue an entrepreneurial approach to creating change through organizations including Onward Israel, Food Rescue Hero, Hillel International, and the Collaboratory Against Hate, among others. David Shapira, for your business, civic, and philanthropic contributions to Greater Pittsburgh and beyond, Carnegie Mellon is proud to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Business Administration.
Fred Eversley, Pat Gelsinger, Lieutenant General Gina Grosso, Judith Light, and David Shapiro. By the virtue of the authority granted to me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer these honorary degrees upon you with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Once again, please join me in congratulating our honorary degree recipients today. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for the 125th commencement, Patrick Gelsinger. As you just heard a few minutes ago, Pat has played a significant role in the growth and innovation of Silicon Valley and the global technology industry over the past 4 decades. Pat's life journey is a quintessential American story. After growing up in rural Pennsylvania, he went on to earn his bachelor's degree from Santa Clara University and a master's from Stanford, all while working full-time at Intel. Pat was appointed youngest vice president, became its first chief technology officer, and later a senior vice president and general manager of the Digital Enterprise Group. During this time, he was the architect of the original 486 processors and led teams behind the implementation of leading-edge technologies, which have helped Intel become the world's foremost supplier of microprocessors and drove the extraordinary expansion of the computer industry over the last several decades. After 30 years, Pat left Intel and served as president and chief operating officer of EMC. He then was named CEO of VMware. For over nearly a decade, he transformed the company into a global leader in cloud infrastructure, enterprise mobility, and cybersecurity. During this time, the company's revenue nearly tripled, and Pat was ranked as the best CEO in America by Glassdoor. In 2021, Pat returned to Intel as its CEO. Since then, he has taken a leadership role in advocating for investments to bolster manufacturing. Indeed, under his watch, Intel has announced major investments in multiple fabrication plants, including in the Midwest. Pat was a strong advocate for passage of the U.S. CHIPS and Science Act. It's a federal law for which Carnegie Mellon, as some of you know, also has been a leading supporter. In fact, I had the pleasure of joining Pat at the signing ceremony at the White House just a few months ago. This particular act dedicates $280 billion in federal funding to bolster research and manufacturing in our nation's innovation ecosystem. Pat, we're all so grateful to you for your leadership, in particular on that effort. As you just heard from Provost Garrett, Pat was elected to the National Academy of Engineering for his technical and business leadership in the semiconductor and computing industries. For his distinctive career spanning 4 decades in science and technology fields, his pioneering role bringing innovations to the market that have enabled the ubiquity of computers in every corner of our lives, and his continuing leadership to ensure U.S. manufacturing competitiveness, we are honored to recognize Pat Gelsinger with an honorary Doctor of Science and Technology. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Pat Gelsinger. Pat.
Congratulations, class of 2023. Woohoo! Graduation, a time to celebrate, reflect on the sacrifices, the accomplishments of the past, and the possibility of the future. And today, on Mother's Day, how special. What could be a better gift to every mother than graduation? Off the payroll. As a Pennsylvania native, I'm so honored to be here today, celebrating with the world-changing graduates of Carnegie Mellon University. You, the innovators of tomorrow, you are those who will define the era ahead of us. My path to this stage was anything but normal. I was born on the eastern side of Pennsylvania in the Pennsylvania Dutch Amish country. I often tell people when you get to nowhere, we were just 5 more miles. My parents were both part of farming families. My dad worked with his siblings on the farm. He worked in the local steel mill. Both of my parents attended 1st through 8th grade in one-room schoolhouses with no further education, right? And, much less any college. But growing up, my siblings and I had this go to school drilled into our heads. Get your PhD. I'm not even sure they knew what a PhD was. Yet for me, it was completely unimaginable to ever aspire to a place like Carnegie Mellon University, much less a PhD. In my junior year in high school, I accidentally took a scholarship exam and I won. I shortly found out I wasn't supposed to take it yet, but my guidance counselor suggested, hey, maybe some community college credits and you could take the scholarship. I think she just wanted to get rid of me. And so off I went at 16 years old and began my associate's degree program. Technology enthralled me. I discovered something new every day. And the first time I touched a computer, I was hooked. After getting my 2-year degree, I interviewed with Intel. They bought me a plane ticket. I had never been on an airplane. A free trip to California? Woohoo! Let's go, baby. You know, farm kid to California. The interviewer, right, that day, he noted in his file on me, he said, smart, aggressive, arrogant. He'll fit right in. Maybe that's why the guidance counselor wanted to get rid of me. But I was fueled by this deep belief in technology, and Intel became like a second family to me. The opportunity to create and innovate, to be part of life-changing baseline technologies that are becoming part of how every human operates. This just thrilled me. And of course, I brought my Pennsylvania work ethic into the workplace. You know, if I wasn't being kicked by a horse, bitten by a cow, covered with hay dirt, working in an air-conditioned building, this was pretty darn good. And I spent the first 30 years of my career at Intel becoming the company's first chief technology officer. 14 generations of microprocessors, seminal technologies like USB and Wi-Fi. When my granddaughter now sticks her USB stick into the computer, she says, "Thank you, Papa." My dream was to become Intel CEO. It would just be the perfect career, but in 2009, after 30 years with the company, I was pushed out. I was heartbroken. My vision was crushed. And suddenly I found myself trying to map out what was next. And as many of you are now also on a journey to map out the future, and hopefully with a much more positive and opportunistic mindset than I had at the time, I wanted to share some advice that has served me well in my career. MAP, a map for your journey. M is for mentors. Find them, listen to them. I've been blessed by 5 major mentors in my life, and only one of them is still with us today. But even 40 plus years into my career, I still talk to them every Friday morning. Early in my own career, I had advanced as a technician. I was an entry-level engineer, and I was a bit precocious young manager, and I was trying to get the 83, 86 out the door, and I had the opportunity that I was going to present to the executive team of Intel about some persistent problems that we had in our computer systems. I had my data, right, and here I was presenting to the executive staff, urgently had to fix some of these issues. And I was pointing my finger at the veritable gods of Silicon Valley. The trio, what I call the Trinity of Silicon Valley. Robert Noyce, the inventor of the integrated circuit. Gordon Moore, the industry shaping Moore's Law. And the Titan Andy Grove, founder, president, soon to be CEO, Time Magazine Man of the Year. And here I am presenting to them. A week or so after the meeting, I was working intently in my office in the 386 and the phone rings. And that's when you still had phones. Bells rang, so I didn't want to be interrupted, so I picked it up and in the most annoyed voice, I said, "Who is it?" Voice comes back, "Andy." "Andy who?" It was Andy Grove. "I was impressed by your presentation the other day." And he starts saying, "What do you read? What are you studying? What is your next career objective? What's the next job that you want?" Shocked and stammered, I'm just trying to get my chip done. Lousy answers. Be in my office in a week with better ones. And if the president tells you to be in his office in a week, what do, Farnham? Well, they either show up or you leave the country. And I seriously thought about the latter. A week or so later, with a lot more thought-through answers, I showed up in Andy's office. And that began a mentoring relationship that lasted for 35 years. And I joke that mentoring with Andy Grove was like going to the dentist and not getting Novocaine. He was tough, he was hard, but he made me better. And these are the kind of relationships that you need for whatever path you pursue in life. Almost every great leader I've interacted with, they have their Andy Grove. Those influences that they describe shaped and drove their career. You know, when I call it, we're like diamonds in the rough, and we need mentors to help knock off those rough facets and show the beautiful diamond inside. You know, in a range of mentoring experiences like Andy, hard and pouring into you, buddies on the path of life, and those that you're reaching into their life, and all allow you to have substance and confidence, and combined, they enabled you to achieve your full potential. M for mentors. A, audacious goals. I encourage each one of you to write a mission statement. What do you want to do with your life? And then live it. In the mid-20s, when I was in my mid-20s, not the mid-20s, but when I was in my mid-20s, I had a period of aimlessness, and I had gotten my first patent. I had written my first book. I'm sure you all read it. It was a thriller, Programming the 8386. Yeah! I got married at a young age. We had our second child coming. And all of a sudden, there was a period of aimlessness. And I was struck, you know, what am I going to do with the rest of my career? And I came upon the idea of writing a mission statement. The audacious statements of what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. The unattainable things that I wanted to dream for, strive for each day. And when I wrote it, I wrote CEO of Intel. And for the next 25 years, I played armchair CEO. I would listen to what Andy would say or what Gordon would say. Would I have done that? Could I have done that? Was I smart enough to do that? Did I have the skills, the training to go do that? And it drove me every day to be better, to have God-sized goals that are much bigger than you could ask or imagine. And keep the most important thing, the most important thing. Set those goals and live by them. Ruthlessly prioritize your time against them. This sounds simple, but in many respects, it is. However, you'd be surprised how many people poorly execute their priorities for life. Define the vision that you want, the future that you want to achieve, you know, what you want to be, and they will help you stay focused and continue to learn the lessons that you thought you already knew. Embrace an unrelenting thirst for learning. Have humility, be open to challenge, learn something new every day. You will make mistakes. Just don't repeat the same ones. Keep learning from those mistakes. A, audacious goals. And finally, P, passion. Pursue your passions. Find something that you're good at, that you love doing, and do it with people that you enjoy. 40 years now into my career. Hard to say, 40 years, man, that's a long time, Pat. But I'm as fired up today as I was when I first walked into Intel at 18 years old. And I want to be able to share that passion for innovation with generations to come. Never lose that excitement, that drive. Live your life in relentless pursuit for what is right. Not mostly right, but totally right. Your values define you, and they shape who you are and what you do every day. Realize they call it work for a reason. You will have crappy days. How do you like that as a graduate speech? Life is not a walk in the park. You will get angry, you'll get pushed out, you'll fail, you'll lose the deal, you'll get passed over for the promotion that you deserve. But aggressively embrace those moments, because those are the ones that will make you better. Failure is your best opportunity to learn and grow, and use your passions to fight through those periods and those challenges. And you will have moments like today when everything is sunny and perfect. Finally, and most importantly, be confident in who you are. Bring your whole self into the workplace. I am a devout Christian, and I love talking about my faith. I also aggressively embrace diversity and inclusion. I have a belief, a deep-held belief, that God has called me to this place for a higher purpose every day. You shouldn't have to cultivate different personalities and personas for work and home. Be your full self. The experiences you have in one area can be the most helpful and beneficial in others. Business is much more likely to succeed when people bring their differences into the workplace every single day. Diversity enriches and empowers high-performing teams and ultimately fuels innovation. Be open to others and be entirely you. About 2.5 years ago, I was invited to come back to Intel as CEO, my dream job. and following an extraordinary period of growth in what I call my 11-year vacation outside of Intel. So here I am today in my dream job at a time where every aspect of human existence is becoming digital. I'd ask you, what area of your life is not becoming more digital today? Everything is. And this digitization has driven what I like to call the 5 superpowers. Compute, since the Intel 4004 inventing the microprocessor, everything is a computer, from your phone, from your personal computer, to your thermostat, to your light bulb, to your coming autonomous vehicle. Everything is connected. Everyone and everything is becoming connected. When I helped create Wi-Fi, little did I know what we were unleashing on the world. Everyone and every object becoming connected. Infrastructure, from massive cloud to edge and AI and 5G services. From sensing. When you drive, you have 2 eyes on the road and you're distracted. When my autonomous vehicle drives, it has 13 cameras, 2 LiDARs, and a radar, never gets distracted and always knows where it is. My hearing aids, digitally enhancing my deficiencies. I get little notes from my wife here. You think I'm listening to you, but I'm actually hearing from her. AI, extraordinary breakthroughs. You know, AI is a field 40 years old, and for the first 30 years, what happened in AI? Nothing. The last 10 years, wow. Everything has emerged, and AI itself is dramatically changing every 2 to 3 years. These foundational technologies profoundly shaping how we experience the world by creating this bridge from the analog to the digital. These technology superpowers combine, amplify, reinforce each other, and more ubiquitous every day, unleashing these new possibilities. But technology itself, is it good or bad? It's largely neutral. Our role is to shape it as a force for good. Today, is AI safe? Is it good? And if we can't prove it's good, the engineering isn't done. It has to improve lives, meet laws and regulation, and everything needs to be engineered to completion as truly technology as a force for good. If the AI-driven autonomous vehicle, it still needs to meet safety standards. The AI-driven drug discovery still needs to meet FDA. If the generative AI, it still must meet copyright laws. It must be correct. As graduates of one of the most prestigious engineering and liberal arts university, I ask you to join me in committing to make technology a force for good. Last year, I had 3 extraordinary moments. I was recognized at the State of the Union with the Joint Chambers giving standing ovation for the work that we are doing. With Farnham, we were there on the White House lawn for the CHIPS Act signing, the most important piece of industrial policy legislation since World War II. And third, the groundbreaking of our site in Ohio, the end of the Rust Belt and the launch of the Silicon Heartland. I know, I apologize. We're 4 hours in the wrong state. Please forgive me as a Pennsylvania heritage. How could I miss, right? You know, just one state away. But together, these 3 have a singular theme: rebuilding the manufacturing supply chains of America. We saw through COVID the devastating impact that 30 years of supply chain migrating offshore. I've said where the oil reserves are has defined geopolitics for the last 5 decades. Whoa. Where the technology supply chains are is more important for the next 5 decades. Let's build them where we want them. As we embark on this next phase of this wonderful journey life, you are the superheroes who will embrace these superpowers as the basis for innovations that we cannot even begin to imagine yet. Join me in shaping them as a force for good, improving the lives of every single human on the planet through this magic of silicon and digitization. When technology is a force for good, it truly is magic. It is up to us? No. it's up to you, today's graduating class, to map the era that is before us. Mentors to make you better, audacious goals that you have no idea how you're going to accomplish, and pursue your passion and purpose. Class of 2023, one of Intel's founders, Robert Noyce, said, "Don't be encumbered by history. Go out and do something wonderful." Thank you.
You know, Pat, if I call a faculty member and tell them to show up in my office in 1 week, they will tell me to leave the country. Pat, thank you for inspiring our graduates, for inspiring all of us to map our future. Your career and leadership sets an example, an incredible example for the class of 2023, and we're so grateful that you've joined us on this special day. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me. Let's give another round of applause for our exceptional keynote speaker, Pat Gallagher. Pat. To the class of 2023, you each have left an indelible mark on this community. You learned deeply and daily, inside and outside the classroom. You demonstrated what interdisciplinary learning and collaboration in the 21st century looks like: creative, daring, and full of unexpected discoveries. And you were there for each other during times of celebration and times of strife. I know it hasn't been easy. I know the journey has been long. But along the way, you gained a stronger sense of community and developed lifelong relationships. You persevered and made extraordinary contributions to your field of study and to our campus community. You conceived of new worlds in art, design, and the humanities, utilized makerspaces to advance cutting-edge technologies like robotics and AI, and forged new ground in science, engineering, business, and the social sciences. You helped continue beloved campus traditions such as Lunar Gala and the Carnival, where you also designed and built a self-driving buggy, only in Carnegie Mellon. You composed and acted and directed in many performances, and you brought Godspell back to CMU after 50 years. You competed fiercely as student athletes, earning bids to national tournaments, breaking records, and becoming NCAA national champions. You built IRIS, the first ever student-developed lunar rover, and the collaborative Moon Arc Museum. You were role models for your peers, serving as orientation counselors, RAs, Tartan ambassadors, and so much more. You were the first cohort of Tartan scholars to join and now graduate from CMU, including your student body president, Natalie Salazar. Now it is your time to unleash your energy and skills on the vast opportunities ahead of you. But before we confer your degrees, it's a CMU tradition for the president to deliver a charge to graduates. One final set of instructions for how to maximize the power of your newly minted CMU degree. By the way, I hope you listened carefully to Pat Gelsinger's advice. Do everything he told you. The late Herb Simon, the incomparable CMU professor and Nobel laureate, once said, "We're not spectators of the future, we're actors of the future." My charge to you will offer 3 guiding principles for embracing Professor Simon's philosophy. First, be relentless in your pursuit of knowledge. Being educated doesn't simply mean getting a degree and then sitting back. Rather, it requires that you constantly rekindle the fires of your curiosity and stay engaged in the evolution of new ideas. Don't be afraid to expand your horizons and embrace adventure. When the landscape shifts beneath you, make the world your classroom, your canvas, your laboratory, your stage. As a lifelong learner, you will also have the opportunity to bring others along in your journey. Think about all the people who contributed to your success today. Remember to enrich the lives of others in the same way and create opportunities for those who follow you. Second, seek out perspectives others than your own. By exploring different points of view, you will create better ideas and stronger solutions. Along the way, you will encounter ideas that challenge you. Even if you consider these ideas wrong or even perhaps offensive, the remedy is not less conversation, but more. Ideas are not defeated by suppression, they're defeated by better, more persuasive ideas. I urge you to embrace and defend the free exchange of ideas and defend freedom of speech. And experience for yourselves the power of civil discourse to create common grounds. In a world where we seem more divided than ever, you are the generation that can help us build bridges. My third piece of advice is perhaps the most important of all. Have faith in our shared humanity. There are lots of reasons to feel pessimistic about the state of the world in 2023. Violence, war, climate change, racism, misinformation. It can be very overwhelming, especially for young people seeking to make their mark on the world. But I want to remind you that our future is still being written, as Pat just mentioned. There is extraordinary potential out there that has yet to be harnessed. So much good that can be done. So many powerful stories to be told, and so many solutions we can engender together. Have faith means believing in the hope of what is still possible for humanity's future. Every day, we're at the precipice of transformative change. Sometimes it's big and obvious, but more often, not. It's happening under the radar in diverse corners of the world where people like you are quietly shaping the future. Remember, have faith in the power of you bringing change to the world and in the world's response to change, and in its capacity to surprise you. Graduates, you all possess the training and the intellect to be impactful actors of the future. I'm truly excited for you, and I'm excited for the future because I know it's in good hands. Thank you for allowing me to share this moment with you. This is just the beginning of your lifelong relationship with Carnegie Mellon, and we look forward to following your success in the years ahead. Once again, on behalf of the entire CMU community, congratulations, graduating class of 2023.
Thank you, President Johanian, for those inspiring and encouraging words, and thank you for your leadership. I, too, am so proud of our class of 2023. During your time here, you have persevered and achieved so much, and I have great confidence in each of your futures. I know that you will continue to inspire us with extraordinary accomplishments in everything that you aspire to do. We will now begin the formal conferral of degrees for the students in the class of 2023 who have duly completed the requirements of their programs to the satisfaction and approval of their faculty members. The conferral is a special opportunity for all of us to understand the incredible breadth and depth of the unique educational environment at Carnegie Mellon, including our many interdisciplinary pursuits, minors, and areas of expertise that make this institution so distinctive and this graduating class so exceptional. In addition to those graduating here in Pittsburgh, we are pleased today to officially confer bachelor's degrees to students graduating from Carnegie Mellon University in Qatar. These students earned bachelor's degrees from the Dietrich College of Humanities and Social Sciences, the Mellon College of Science, the School of Computer Science, and the Tepper School of Business. Mike Trick, Dean of CMU Qatar, is here with us today. Dean Trick, will you please stand and be recognized? Now, I want to begin by acknowledging the achievements of this year's group of doctoral students. These outstanding scholars are receiving their academic hoods during diploma ceremonies throughout the weekend. In earning their doctorates, they have made a commitment to a life of scholarly pursuits and have reaffirmed the importance and prominence of Carnegie Mellon as one of the nation's premier research universities. I invite the doctoral candidates to please rise if you are able and to be recognized. Please be seated. Candidates, I'm now going to give you some directions about how this next part is going to work. Your deans will ask undergraduate and graduate degree candidates from each college to stand if you are able and be recognized together. And when they do that, let's hear your enthusiasm. When all schools and colleges have been recognized, I will then ask all students to again stand if they are able, at which time President Johanian will formally confer your degrees. So here we go. I will now call on the dean of each school or college to present its candidates for degrees. President Johanian, please join me by the lectern. To begin, I call upon Bill Sanders, the William D. and Nancy W. Strecker Dean of the College of Engineering.
Thank you, Provost Garrett. Will the candidates from the College of Engineering please rise as you are able and make some noise? A lot of noise. I am pleased to represent, as our keynote speaker just said, the best College of Engineering, where we focused on real-world challenges of both scientific and practical importance. We drive breakthrough thinking and results that will transform the intellectual and economic viability of our community, the nation, and the world. As engineers, we aim to build the world that we all want to live in and that we can all thrive in. Mr. President, upon the recommendation of our faculty, I have the honor of presenting the bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree candidates from the College of Engineering. Will the new College of Engineering graduates please be seated?
I now call upon Mary Ellen Poole, the Stanley and Marcia Gumberg Dean of the College of Fine Arts.
Thank you, Provost Garrett. Will all the candidates from the small but loud College of Fine Arts please rise if you are able? never stop. I am pleased, no, delighted, to represent the College of Fine Arts, where we produce the dreamers, thinkers, makers, storytellers, and creators who call on us to be our best selves and who remind us of our common humanity in a fractured world. Mr. President, upon the recommendation of our faculty, I have the honor of presenting the bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree candidates from the College of Fine Arts. And will those new College of Fine Arts graduates please quietly be seated?
I now call upon Richard Shines, the Best Family Dean of the Dietrich College of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Okay, Dietrich College, as great as the engineering and art students are, I must be getting old because I could barely hear them all the way up here. So will the Dietrich College students please rise and make some real noise? I am pleased. I am pleased to represent the Dietrich College of Humanities and Social Sciences, where our work at the intersection of humanity and technology prepares our graduates to collaborate across disciplinary boundaries and address society's most complex problems. Mr. President, upon the recommendation of our faculty, I have the honor of presenting the bachelor's, master's, and doctoral candidates from the Dietrich College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Nice job, guys. Please be seated.
I now call upon Ramaya Krishnan, the Dean of the Heinz College of Information Systems and Public Policy.
The gauntlet has been cast, Heinz College, so thank you, Provost Garrett. Will the candidates from the Heinz College please rise if you're able? I'm pleased to represent the Heinz College of Information Systems and Public Policy, where we develop the next generation of leaders at the intersection of people, policy, and technology, and hold true to our founding vision to educate students for intelligent action. Mr. President, upon the recommendation of our faculty, I have the honor of presenting the master's and doctoral degree candidates from the Heinz College. Will the new Heinz College graduates please be seated?
I now call upon Rebecca Dorge, the Glenn DeVries Dean of the Mellon College of Science.
Thank you, Provost Garrett. Will all of the candidates from the mighty Mellon College of Science please rise if you are able? I am pleased to represent the Mellon College of Science, where we are revolutionizing scientific research and education for the 21st century. 10 Nobel laureates have called the Mellon College of Science home, and our graduates will continue this legacy of groundbreaking scientific discovery that benefits all of humankind. Mr. President, upon the recommendation of our distinguished faculty, I have the honor of presenting the bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree candidates from the Mellon College of Science. Yes, I'm so proud of you. That's great. Well done, everyone. Mellon College of Science, please have a seat. Thank you.
I now call upon Marcel Hébert, the Dean of the School of Computer Science.
Thank you, Provost Garrett. Will all the candidates from the School of Computer Science please rise if you are able? I am pleased to represent the School of Computer Science, which began as the world's first computer science department, and today is the internationally renowned birthplace of wireless network, search engines, artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, and we're just getting started. Mr. President, upon the recommendation of our faculty, I have the honor of presenting the bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree candidates from the School of Computer Science. Will the new School of Computer Science graduate please be seated?
I now call upon Isabelle Bajou, the Dean of the Tepper School of Business.
Thank you, Provost Garrett. There's a little bit of a contest going on here. Will all the candidates from the Tepper School of Business please rise if you're able? I am pleased to represent the Tepper School of Business, where our legacy includes the invention of management science, and our future is intelligent business. Today, we prepare our graduates to lead as they successfully unlock the intelligent future. Mr. President, upon the recommendation of our faculty, I have the honor of presenting the bachelor's, the master's, and doctoral degree candidates from the Tepper School of Business. Will the new Tepper School graduates please be seated?
Carnegie Mellon is proud to lead the world in interdisciplinary research and education and nurture several university-wide, inter-college, and joint degree programs within our university. On behalf of all of the deans and program directors, I will now present the candidates for degrees from these special degree programs. Will all of the bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree candidates in our interdisciplinary programs please rise if you are able? Mr. President, upon recommendation of our faculty, I have the honor of presenting these candidates from our university-wide inter-college and joint degree programs. I would ask these students to remain standing, and I'd like to invite students from all other colleges to stand if you're able once again, and let's hear the enthusiasm from the whole crowd. President Jahanian, these candidates from the class of 2023 have successfully completed all of the requirements to receive their degrees. On behalf of the university's faculty, I now ask that their degrees be conferred.
Well, here we are. Are you ready? Okay, let me ask again. Graduates, are you ready? By the way, thank you, Provost Garrett. It's CMU tradition that the provost is responsible for the weather during commencement. Let's hear it for the provost. By the virtue of the authority granted to me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer these degrees upon these candidates with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Today, we are proud to officially call you the Class of 2023 CMU alumni. Congratulations! What a marvelous sight. So one of the things that I started doing before COVID was I started taking selfies with the graduates. Would you join me for a couple of selfies this afternoon? All right, let's do it. You all look great. Only president gets to have selfies on this stage. That's by policy. Oh, you are president. That's right. Yeah, that is true. She is a president. She was actually elected by a student body, so she does get a pass. Anyway, graduates, once again, congratulations on your outstanding accomplishments. I hope you enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Let's hear it one more time for our Tartan graduates.
We made it.
Well,